Let's discuss the 2024 Hollyoaks Pride. The episodes from, I believe it's the 29th of April to the 1st of May. And once again, I did this last time I talked about the Pride, but I love Pride. I've never been, and I definitely want to go at some point in the future because it's a celebration of Pride. It's a celebration of everyone just trying to live their lives and be out and proud and happy, you know? And it's so nice to know how far we've come, even just in my lifetime and even further beyond. Just progressing towards a better future where we're not just degrading people for who they like and who they are and who they are as people. And I do truly love all the Pride festivities and stuff. It's always good fun, and I'm always very happy to see it happen. And I don't think anybody does Pride like Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks truly gives it the once over. It does it in its lovely campiness, and it may overcook it a little bit. It may be a bit bold and brazen, but someone's got to do it, and no one does Pride like Hollyoaks. Now, these episodes, a lot of stuff happened, alright? It was a big festivity. I didn't take any notes, I won't lie. Wasn't feeling it, but it was a really good thing. Carter has finally been knocked down a peg, and I mean, it feels like he's going to be sectioned in a way, as obviously his conversion therapy ways and his, sin, homosexuality is a sin, has kind of boiled over, and now he's been publicly outed, and he's been arrested by Freya, Freya, who called the police on him. And I will say, it doesn't feel like the actor's left the show, so it does feel like he's going to probably get sectioned in a way, or at least serve his time and rehab and then come back out and then want to change, and probably will eventually get with John Paul, and maybe he will take down Declan Hawthorne, who may stay here in his place. But yeah, it was really good to see Hannah and John Paul take down Carter. Nice to see Steve fucking level with him and swear him off with how awful he's been. But yeah, it does seem that Carter is struggling mentally, and it does seem like he will be taken away for a bit, but I don't think this is the last we see of Carter Shepherd. I suppose another interesting one that I didn't expect, though, we saw a very interesting one where I'm remembering her. It's not Lily, it's Lizzy. Lizzy and Cindy were talking, and Lizzy explains how 10 years ago I gave up my little girl, and it turned out that she had a little girl. Would make sense. From what it's been teased, it feels like the little girl will be Kitty's. Because trans people can have kids. Come on, don't be fucking archaic. Come on, guys. Trans people can have kids. And it's I don't mind it, honestly. I think Lizzy has been criminally underused. She's kind of been put in that Damon role where she has to go ahead and look after the Love Boat, and she has to do the conversations and allow other people's stories to flourish. So I'm generally looking forward to seeing how this plays out as we see this. I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out, honestly. I think it's going to be nice to see Lizzy get highlighted, as she's been the least used Chen Williams. Even Mason's got more story than her, so I look forward to this. I think it'll be a really interesting one to see and a really interesting one to tell. I look forward to it. Continuing on, though, I mean, let's talk about the one. Now, I've seen a lot of people being really angry about this one, but the Lucas and Dylan, like, you know, I love you, but in a really, really tragic way. Now, I've seen some people really get upset by it, and I understand why. Essentially, Dylan confronts Lucas, who's obviously being planned to go to America to escape sin, which is what he's been told for months at this time, like practicing conversion therapy for months, Carter making Lucas hate himself. And where this it climaxes here, as Dylan says, I don't care about the rest of this. I know you've been pushing me away, but I love you, and that's okay. And Lucas is telling him, like, why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? And he lashes out and he beats the shit out of him. And no, it's not healthy, and it's not healthy at all. And I hope it never happens again. I desperately hope it never happens again. And I don't really want to go through the actions, but ultimately, Lucas has been brainwashed and made to believe that anything to do with homosexuality is a sin. Anything to do with being gay is a sin. So by doing this, he's putting himself in danger, putting Dylan in danger. So he beats fuck out of him, and Dylan's knocked unconscious for a good chunk of time. Lucas tries to call the ambulance and tries to get help, but he can't. So he does what is the other answer to escape the pain, and he feels bad, and he says, I do love you, Dylan, I do love you, stay awake. Then he starts self-harming to try and cope with the pain, and it is rough. It's really, really hard to watch, and he then kind of clambers over like, oh, Dylan, it's okay, I love you, arms bloodied. And it's a really hard one, but eventually Steve gets told, Steve, who stands up to Warren finally and makes sure that, he's probably will stop bothering him at this point, as he stood up to him saying, like, fuck it, I'll shoot you, motherfucker. Like, I've had enough, stop telling me what to do, let me leave. And Steve catches up to Lucas and holds him and makes sure Dylan gets help and makes sure Lucas gets help. And I really do look forward to the scenes where Lucas finally tells Steve that he's gay, The scenes where Lucas finally says all the stuff about Carter and why he hasn't been able to go to Steve. It'll be really sad, it'll be really emotional, but it's what we've been building to this whole time. And I will say, and I've seen people, because look, all right, I'm not immune to stan culture. I'm truly not. I'm not immune to stan culture. I know how rabid stans can be. I'm a EastEnders. I cover EastEnders as my not day job, but that's the thing I cover the most. The stans are unreasonable. And I understand that, and they may be insufferable, but this is a very wholesome and a very loving and beautiful, maybe not beautiful storyline, but I will say some of the biggest gay storylines pad out like this, like when Aaron and Emmerdale came out. It's just, it feels like that's how a lot of the internalized homophobia comes on in. And it feels very, sorry, I got distracted there for a second. It's a shame that sometimes in these storylines, it's how the internalized homophobia comes out. The lashing out that I'm not gay, and then they kind of project the hatred they have for themselves onto you. And I don't condone violence. It's a horrific thing to do, and I desperately hope it doesn't happen again. But I mean, ashamedly so, it's happened before. It's happened with Steve and Brendan. Happened with Aaron. Aaron beat the fuck out of Paddy. It's happened with a lot of these sorts of characters, and it is a way to portray that internalized homophobia. So I will say, it's a shame and it sucks. I suppose, is there anything else I've missed in these Pride episodes? Kitty sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which was wholesome. Oh yeah, and finally, I suppose, Prince and Zoe... No. Prince and Dilly and Hunter and Zoe have all proposed to one another, getting insanely drunk after Pride. But the main issue is Prince and Zoe afterwards, when Zoe and Hunter... Fuck me, I'm bad at names. When Dilly and Hunter left, they kind of went, oh, it's just sleeping with only one person for the rest of your life. Is that what you really want? And they say, oh, is there anyone else? Anyone else you ever wanted to? And they flirt, and then they obviously sleep together. So, and I will say, it feels like they've been teasing that Hunter, like, obviously, we know now that Hunter's dying on the show, but I genuinely believe that I think it's maybe Dave and Cindy's wedding, or it could be at their wedding, that some dodgy pills will be passed around and then Hunter's going to die from it. We teased it in the spring trailer, and I do genuinely believe that that's what's going to happen with it. Hold on, I'm just going to sneeze. But yeah, I do think that is how Hunter dies, and that's how Zoe probably leaves the show. I could easily see Hunter leaving the show. Fuck me. I could easily see Prince leaving the show as well. I don't know why I'm confusing these names. I'm just bad with names in general. I do apologize. But yeah, so yeah, Hunter dies and Prince will probably leave as a result. Which I don't know if I talked about. I think I talked about it briefly, but I wasn't too sad about it. I nearly made a series of tweets about it, being like, it's a bit of a sad note when they're killing off like genuine legacy. Well, maybe not. They are kind of legacy McQueens, but the McQueens pop up out of nowhere. You can generally replace them, and it's been a long time since their heyday as characters, and even then, so Hunter's not really had much to do in general. But I will say, I think the Pride episodes of 2024 were particularly good, and it was nice to see it mirror last Pride episodes where Hunter and John Paul were finally together, and 6-7 months on, I believe. I think it came out in like October, November-ish. I don't remember. But now knowing that it's kind of come full circle, I look forward to seeing where we're at. And I will just say once again, happy Pride. Is it now Pride Month? When is Pride Month? As someone on the asexual spectrum, no, is it not June? It's June Pride Month? Yeah, it's June. Never mind. A bit early. But I do love Pride, and being a member of the LGBTQIA+ community, it is truly lovely to see that Hollyoaks pulls no punches and gives it to everybody as proud and open as possible. So full credits to Hollyoaks, full credits to all the actors and performers and the writing. I thought these Pride episodes were fantastic, and I look forward to any time Hollyoaks loves to ham up the gay and fucking absolutely show everybody that we're not afraid of anything, and we're proud of the world we live in, and we're proud of who we are. And that's a message that everybody from yay high to yay big can all understand and appreciate, because ultimately we're all just trying to be happy, and we're all just trying to do our best. But yeah, I've been Ash from Watching Walford. Those have been my opinions about the Hollyoaks Pride episodes of 2024. What did you think? Tell me in the comment section down below. But all in all, thank you for watching. Make sure to join me in the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.